It's the two.
All fans, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Heat. For Miami, a win tonight would make it 3 victories in their first 4 games of the season. That would be a nice little run to start the year. And Stephen Curry, one of the guys we'll be seeing tonight, is one of the most exciting and dynamic players in the league. Kenny, maybe the best shooter of all time. You ready to go that far?
Of all time?
You ready to go that far?
I just can't give it to you after that few of seasons. I just say that
he won a championship.
Yes, he won a championship.
He's up there with us now. He's in the
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Doris Burke will be reporting from the sidelines. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. And that was a real body blow for them. They got taken apart both offensively and defensively.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video, because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And I'm still trying to figure out what happened there, Greg, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Russell is out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ezeli in at the center position. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. Now, here's Burks. Leonard kicks to Millsap. That one goes. Count it.
You know, it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
It always seems to settle you down when you have some early success in the post.
Curry is inside. He's guarded by Russell. Korver gets a wide open look. Hands the shot with nobody near him. Well, it was Miami winning their last game against the Rockets in Houston.
And Kevin, you know, they showed how important it is to have a strong bench. I mean, when you are on the road, that depth is vital. I think they really utilized the second unit to extend their offensive assault and just really wore down their opponent.
And guys, I think regardless of who was out there on the floor at any given time, they got it done. And that has to make you feel good as a group.
Here's Russell following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Millsap a screen. Burks kicks to Leonard. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Russell kicks to Leonard. Russell inside. Curry meets him. Russell, no luck. Now here's Curry. Love outside. Lopez a screen. Love kicks to Curry. Back to Love. And here's Korver from the arc. That falls. Great assist by Love. Korver's got 5.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Leonard. 17 points for him last game against San Antonio. Offensive rebound, and it's Russell in the corner. Here's Ezeli. Goes up again, and it's good on the way in. Ezeli's got his first points in this one.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Curry against Russell. Lopez kicks to Korver. From the arc. And Batum gets it to go on the assist by Korver. Batum's got 5 points so far. The Heat trail by 7. The feed to Millsap. There's a screen. Now here's Burks. Guarded by Korver. At the slam.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
Lopez, no luck.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Ezeli dishes to Burks. He wants to get to Millsap and does. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Lopez. Gibson comes in for Kevin Love. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And George Hills subbed in for Steph Curry. And a new group in for the Heat. Laverne, he's checked in for Festus Ezeli. White comes in for Paul Millsap. Ellis, he's checked in for Burks. That's Mills in for Russell. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here. He shattered the backboard.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting five.
Leonard with no one around. Nice open look, but it's no good. Miami leading by 3. And here is Hill. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Houston. Gibson the screen. Parsons for 3. Parsons missing again.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
Yeah, great concentration there, Greg. Hung in there. He didn't let that contact throw him off at all. Stayed focused on the rim, knew he was going to get hit, and still was able to finish.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Yeah, you know, most teams have games where they wish they could get a mulligan or take it back. Well, last year, their one loss in this series was one I know they wanted back.
For Miami, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Hill kicks to Gibson. The jump hook. Here's Noah. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Noah's got his second basket of the night.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Mills with the steal. Ellis outside. Shot from free throw range. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Ellis has got his second basket of the game.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
And here's Hill for three, and released it in time, but it's...
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear...
I think I had that all my life. I always had to prove.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And, you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
They've got Batum. Brook Lopez is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's George Hill, and it's Curry in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Well, there may be some questions for a while about D'Angelo Russell. People will guess which position he's best at in the NBA. You and I saw him firsthand playing for the Bucks. I mean, he is a terrific talent.
Yeah, he really is. I think he's an old-school guard, Kevin. He can play with the ball and be effective, or he can play off the ball. He's got a really bright future. Loved watching him play and grow as a one-year college guy at Ohio State.
Here's Ellis. 6 points for him. Passes to Ezeli. Outside, Russell. Millsap passes to Burks. Kicks to Ezeli. Inside. The layup missed. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Burks dishes to Russell. Here's the floater, and the layup is good. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Heat.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And they'll keep possession. That drops. Hill's got his first bucket of the night. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Russell kicks to Millsap. Banked in off the glass. Millsap's got the lead up to 1 now for the Heat.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
For 3, Hill. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
And Miami making a change here. Varejão's checked in.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Picked by Varejão. Here's Curry. Rejection by Ezeli. They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight. These guys, they're getting whatever they want.
Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
But he recovers it. Lock at 6. Ellis wide open. That doesn't go either for Ellis. Miami trails by 5. Dishes it to Curry. Good ball movement here by Miami. And Batum kicks to Love. Pass to Hill. And Curry, here we go. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
And the Heat call time here.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Leonard. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. Guys, they're clearly hoping those changes have an effect even before this game makes it to halftime. Kevin?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Corver passes to Verajao. Up top, Curry, covered by Mills, and taken away by Ellis.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand. Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Outside for Curry. Pulls it up. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Gibson the screen. Shoots off the screen. They grab their own miss. Here's Parsons. Cranes the 19-footer.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
Wright sets a screen. And Laverne kicks to Leonard. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Corver. Miami trails by 3. And stolen by Wright.
I like the move to go 2 for 1 here.
So do I, Greg. I mean, I agree with you. They need to get a quick look and then try to get another possession after that.
And speaking of Curry's slight build, he's worked up and bulked himself up. He's added some muscle. He even got up to 200 pounds, I think he said. But he didn't feel real good, Clark, at that weight.
Yeah, it's not about the weight, Kevin. It's about strength. You need it to fight through screens and attack the rim, and he's clearly put on the strength he needs to play at his highest level.
Finished off the break. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Ellis outside. Miami no good on that time either.
Major defensive lapse.
And we're through the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet. It was a great half of basketball from Monte Ellis. He had 12 points and 1 assist. He put last game's performance behind him, doing some nice work in the opening period tonight. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
They ran their offense very well in the first half. There were almost no forced shots. It was good.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the...
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
A good quarter for Ellis. He has 12 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
And Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half with. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Festus Ezeli, and it's Russell in at the point. Curry dishes to Lopez. And the rejection by Ezeli. Down low, here's Leonard. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Batum. Miami trails by 3. Here's Korver. Yes, and the foul. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Boy, Kevin Love certainly is one of the best passing big men in the league.
Kyle Korver, a true laser. I mean, the most efficient catch-and-shoot jump shooter in the league, and maybe in league history. He tallied the second ever 50-50-90 season a year ago.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Outside for Batum for the lead. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
They've been fighting to get back into it, chipping away little by little, and it's paid off.
Russell passes to Ezeli. Leonard against Batum. Leonard kicks to Millsap. Back to Leonard. 6 on the shot clock. It's deflected. Outside Korver. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here comes Miami. Here's Millsap, and that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
George Hill's checked in for Miami. He dishes it to Love. Feeds to Batum. Hill against Russell. And it's Hill. That time the assist from Batum. Hill's got it all tied up now for Miami.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness. Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
That's a 2 from Korver. Cannot hit. And it's Miami the other way. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Unloads from 13. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling. Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Russell, no good.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Love kicks to Batum. Back to Love. From downtown, Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
A different look for Miami. Noah comes in for Brook Lopez. And Steph Curry is subbed in for George Hill. The Heat also changing it up. White, he's checked in for Ezeli. And it's Mills in for Kawhi Leonard. Left side, Love. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
The Heat leading by 4. Wright sets a screen. Here's Millsap. And that one goes. And here are the Heat now. And the pass to Burks. There's the dish to Ellis. Clock at 6. It's Millsap with the drive. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through.
Outside Curry. Plenty of space. Misses off the left iron.
I tell you what, folks. I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", Clark, but Paul Millsap, very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
Noah dishes to Love. Curry against Ellis. Curry kicks to Love. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And it's 8 points for Kevin Love.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Millsap a screen on Curry. Here's Mills. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. And the Heat lead by 5.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
They get it back. Outside for Korver. Back to Noah. But they get it back. Korver passes to Batum. Another miss by Batum. Miami leading by 5. Burks dishes to Ellis. Outside Millsap. And that's collected by Love.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Curry kicks to Love. Beyond the arc. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Love. And that's now 11 points for Steph Curry.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just not letting up at all.
And Mills kicks to Ellis. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got 7 rebounds in the game. Curry passes to Love. Outside Batum. Outside Curry. Good ball movement here by Miami. That's a 2 from Korver. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Korver's got 8 here in the quarter.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Here's Ellis. Noah with the block. Outside Curry. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And Miami shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. On the floor for Miami, Taj Gibson is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then it's Brook Lopez. Then there's Stephen Curry. And it's Korver in at the shooting guard position. Miami trailing. Outside Curry. Lopez inside. He's against Azili. And for Brook Lopez, disappointing start to last season. The season before, he had played only 17 games, so he wanted to make an impact right off the bat. It just didn't work out.
Yeah, you know, he missed the first 2 games altogether with the foot injury and comes back to play pretty well, then hurts his back. Out for 8 more games, comes back again. He's benched in favor of Miles Plumlee. Just a very disjointed year for Lopez. When they pulled up from mid-range, more often than not, they've buried it.
And that shot might not be the #1 option, but if the D will give it to you and you get it in rhythm, that's the one you take. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And for Lopez, last year was the first time since he was a rookie that he didn't start every game. I mean, that is a huge shot to your confidence. I don't care who you are or what your circumstances, but you know what? At the end, he rose above it.
You know, on the topic of Lopez last season, ugly beginning, but things got beautiful over the last 2 months. 55% shooting, nearly 20 and 10 a game, some of the best numbers of his career.
Curry setting the pick for Lopez. Here's the screen. 5 to shoot. Nice job coming off that screen. Curry's got the game tied up here for Miami.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Russell kicks to Leonard. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got 3 assists now in this one.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, guys. Well, Miami's head coach had some advice for the team over that last break. He talked mainly about giving them a different look defensively and dropping more bodies into the paint, saying, listen, they're eating us up on the inside, and we need to do whatever it takes to stop it. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Curry against Russell. Korver dishes to Gibson. Lopez left side. Here's Curry with the 3. Made that one. It's his 7th of the contest. 7 for 15 from the floor.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Let's face it, the defense is a step slow. You've got to take away the airspace.
Outside, Russell. And it's sent back by Lopez. But they recover it. Azili kicks to Russell. Power down with both hands.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
That drops.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
He kicks to Millsap. He feeds it to Leonard. Heat moving the ball around. There's a screen. Pass to Azili. Lopez with the steal. Ellis against Parsons. Kicks it out to Gibson. Lopez a screen. They double team Curry. Just 5 on the clock to take the lead. No good off the front iron. The Heat have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Strong work at that end of the floor. Lopez with the steal. The feed to Curry. Back to Korver. Fires the 3. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 5 assists tonight. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Miami.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Doris Burke has an
Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He made it clear that their offense needed to run through Leonard. Coach stressed the importance of getting the ball in his hands as soon as possible at the start of their possessions. No question he's going to be the key guy for them offensively. Guys, they're operating under the principle that it's never too late to fine-tune the game plan. Kevin, over to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Outside, Russell passes it to Millsap. Again, the miss by the Heat.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Love with the screen on Russell. Curry passes to Lopez. On the wing, Korver fires from 14. It's hauled in by the Heat. Leonard on the wing. They need this one. Miami grabs the miss. Curry's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Korver kicks to Batum. Outside Korver. Outside Batum. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
Yeah, the D, though, just enough to bother the rhythm on that one, Clark.
Russell kicks to Millsap. It's deflected. Curry against Russell. Lopez a screen. Kicks it to Batum. Back to Curry. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He's got 21 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
And the Heat call time here. They're losing by 7. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot to stop the run. They get it again. Leonard. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And the second chance points aren't easy to come back. It's all about effort and hard work, and he has today made it look easy. And really, I like the fact that even with the big lead, they never coasted.
To me, that's a sign of a really good team, Greg, because you should always be playing against the game and yourself. I know there's an opponent out there, but when you have a lead, it's all about continuing to execute. do what you do and stay true to that. And I like that aggressiveness and full speed ahead kind of attack that they have.
Curry with the steal. .26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's a 9-point Miami lead.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Here's Mills. Dishes it to Wright. Laverne passes to Mills. Feeds it to Burks. Fires it up. And Laverne kicks to Sampson. Wright outside. And so it's Miami winning this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear.
Kevin, you guys.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. Let's go to Shaq. What can you say about his performance?
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille